On October 27, 1989, on the outskirts of Holland, Michigan, in the middle of the night.
With asthma, what happens is the bronchioles, or the air passages in your lungs, spasm closed, and no air can get through one way or the other. The same as somebody putting a pillow over your face. Obviously what happens is you suffocate, and that results in death.
I woke up because the lights were on. He was making a little bit of noise, and I saw him hunched over, his hands on his knees. You know, and boom, I knew just like that, and I was out of bed. I never expected this type of attack. I guess the thought never crossed my mind that he, you know, hey, he might stop breathing.
Tina Freeman's 20-year-old fiancé, Jeff Byleth, was suffering the most severe asthma attack of his life.
And he kept saying, I can't breathe, help me. I could just tell at that moment, I told him, I said, I'm calling an ambulance, and he shook his head, yeah.
Service, may I help you? Okay, what's the problem?
He's having an asthma attack and he can't breathe.
What's your address?
It's 85904 second.
8590?
A.
You can tell certain tones of voices. Tina had the tone of voice that said help immediately.
And what's the phone number you're calling from?
It's 396.
Part-time dispatcher Jim Van Buren passed on the information for dispatch.
Okay, I've got the ambulance on the way, but I want to keep you on the telephone, okay?
Okay.
Vital facts about the incident were then relayed to the paramedics.
I called station aide. Don Dickens was on duty that night, and he answered the phone.
Hi, I got a breath for you. I think it's shortness of breath, some kind of breathing problem.
Is he breathing right now?
Hardly.
Okay. Can you hear him making sounds?
Yeah.
Okay.
Please help me, please help me.
Okay, what color is his skin?
He's falling down.
Okay, that's okay. That's all right. Let him lay down. You need to calm down. Calm down, hon. You have to calm down if we're going to help you. Okay? Calm down. Talk to me. What's he doing right now?
He's sitting down. He's not breathing. Please help.
Okay, can you see his chest moving?
Not really. He's not breathing.
Okay, listen. Then you're going to have to breathe for him if he's not breathing. Okay, listen to me. Is he right next to you right now?
No, he's by the door.
Okay, can you get the telephone and you right next to him? Okay. Okay, listen to me. Listen to me. Grab him and drag him to the telephone.
Okay, hang on.
You do that. Do not hang up.
She's still on a verge of panic because you can hear her crying in the background as she's trying to drag Jeff to the telephone.
Okay, are you right next to him?
Yes, I am.
Okay. Can he hear you?
Can you be deaf? No, he's not breathing.
Okay, is his chest moving?
No.
It was a very scary situation. He's only got 4 minutes before brain damage starts to set in. After 6 minutes, irreversible brain damage is imminent. I'm thinking the ambulance isn't going to be there for 10 minutes yet because they were out in the boondocks, so to speak.
Do you know, is there anyone else there that knows how to do mouth to mouth?
No.
Okay, listen to me. Now what I'm going to do, I'm going to tell you how to do mouth to mouth. Is there a pillow under his head?
No, but
Okay, good. Okay, no, don't get one. Listen to me. Listen to me. No, he's not. Now calm down. Tilt his head back. Pinch his nose close. Okay, completely cover his mouth with your mouth.
Okay.
And force 2 deep breaths into his lungs. Can you feel air going into his chest?
No, nothing, no responses.
Okay, is his chest rising when you do that?
Okay, I'm getting a response now.
What's he doing?
Opens his mouth to 60% open, his chest doesn't rise.
Is his eyes open?
No.
Okay, then let's do it again. What color is his skin? What color is the skin on his face?
His lips are kind of blue.
Okay, then let's do it again. Let's blow into him again.
I've got to get Tina to get some air into Jeff to keep brain damage from occurring. And I'm thinking to myself, this guy's not going to make it.
He's kind of breathing.
Okay, did he try to take a breath on his own?
Yeah.
What happened when he tried to take a breath on his own?
It's like it's hard for him, you know?
Like it's hard for him.
Yeah.
Is he trying to take another breath on his own?
Yeah, he's taking them.
Is he getting any air in?
Barely.
I asked her, well, what's he do after you give him a breath? Well, he opens his mouth and sticks out his tongue, an unconscious way of saying, help, I need more air. So I knew he's still in dire straits. So I had her continue the breathing for him.
Okay, now, what I want you to do is I want you, Tina, to try to check his pulse. Do you know where to take a pulse in the neck?
Okay, I feel the pulse.
Do you feel a pulse?
Yeah.
Okay, count it. Start counting. When I tell you to stop, you tell me what you came up with.
Okay.
Go.
I had her count for about 15 seconds.
Okay, stop.
26.
Good, that's great.
Yes.
Is he conscious?
No.
Okay, but he's still breathing.
Yes.
Okay, I'm going to keep you on the phone until the ambulance gets there. Now, this is what we're going to do from this point on. I want you to breathe into him one time every 5 seconds. So you breathe and then count 1, 1,000, 2, 1,000, 3, 1,000, 4, 1,000, 5, 1,000. Breathe. And I want to hear you count.
1, 1,000, 2, 1,000, 3, 1,000.
4, 1,000, 5, 1,000. Breathe.
Oh, he's hardly breathing again.
That's okay, Tina. You're breathing for him.
Are they going to be here soon?
They're on their way. They are a little bit of ways, but they are on their way, okay?
The lights slow like that.
You betcha. They're running like a bat out of... Have you got his head back and his nose pinched?
Yep.
Okay, good girl. Good. Can you see his chest move when you blow into him?
Okay, you're here.
Okay, Tina. You did a good job. I'm going to let you go now.
Thanks a lot.
You're welcome. Bye-bye.
Within 12 minutes of Tina's call for help, first responders and paramedics arrived.
His skin color was very, very poor. He was gray, his lips were cyanotic or purple. His pupils were dilated and non-reactive, which, you know, are all signs that he has not had a lot of oxygen.
Paramedics Don Dickens and Mary Biesbrock both worked on Jeff.
I've had other calls where they've been severe like this, but they haven't made it. Tina kept Jeff alive up until we got there and took over and put the tube down to his lungs and began to breathe for him.
1, 2, 3, up.
They said he is going to live, but he could have brain damage because we don't know how long he was without oxygen. And I'm thinking, just let him live. That's all I'm asking. Just let him live.
His condition was very critical. Some of the numbers that we use as far as laboratory tests to determine a person's status when they have a respiratory arrest, some of those numbers in Jeff were barely compatible with life.
Dr. Stephen Crocker treated Jeff, but the outcome was still uncertain.
He started to wake up, and he was conscious, and basically, I could just tell, this is my Jeff, same guy.
I woke up in the hospital bed, very dizzy, disoriented. It was scary at that point. I still didn't know exactly what had happened, how long I had been there, how I even got there.
And I turned to Tina and I said that, doesn't he look great? I said, he probably would not be here, or he probably would be here but have severe brain injury had you not been able to do what you did. And she had tears in her eyes. She was so happy.
In most communities, dispatchers are not trained to give first aid information over the phone. In many dispatch centers, it's not even allowed. For Holland, Michigan, it was a new program.
The first few minutes are the absolute critical time, and the outcome depends heavily on that.
The dispatcher is the first link of help, because now I can tell this person how to do CPR. If the public can start CPR, the chances of survival are even greater.
Jeff and Tina plan to be married soon.
We rely on each other a lot more. It's brought us closer together, looking out for the other person, We have to take care of each other.
Each year, more than 5,000 people die of asthma attacks. Most would have survived if they'd been treated in time.